going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
On fourth down, lock. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. On the ground, this is Gibbs. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
First and 10. Williams in motion. On first and 10, here's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top. Throwing on second down. Goff. Working free downfield. It is Williams. Here's the third and final timeout for the Lions as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Jason Pinnock. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. On first down is Locke. He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up.
Round to go to kick off for New York.
Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter three begins. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Straight ahead with Gibbs. He'll bring this up to the 22. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. To throw is Goff. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one.
2 for 1, 2 for 1. We go, 76, 76.
Now Goff. Into space at the 45. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They hand it to Gibbs. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run with Gibbs. And this offensive line creating running space. He'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
tonight. Attack.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he's in! David Montgomery. Touchdown, Detroit. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A carry here for Tracy. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
37-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Lock to throw. He's going to keep it himself.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
They'll run with Tracy. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Here's Locke.
2nd and 8.
He'll tuck it and take off. What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 18. And the Giants.
On the give, it's Tracy. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss. Here comes 2nd down. They'll stick to the ground. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 11.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the big...
I had to take a chance on 4th down, and it's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Derek Barnes.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Super.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Gibbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
We're good. We're good. Set.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And this opening kickoff will not even reach the landings. Short of the 20, so that's going to move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Lawrence giving to Etienne here on the option. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot and take a big shot downfield?
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7. Lawrence will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Here's Lawrence. Screenplay. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what?
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, shot.
They'll start with a run by Tracy.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 6-yard pickup.
They'll go again with Tracy.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
And the Giants first down.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. Complete to his target, Jalen Hyatt. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
That's good for the Giants. First down.
Here's Locke to throw.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Brian Dable dialing up a play call here as they will go for 2.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And they're going to be backed up to start. A big hit there on the return. Stops him dead in his tracks.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
2nd and 10.
Hey, Lion. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So now, just like that, things changed dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Block now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants have taken the lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2.
The Giants will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And they'll accept that penalty. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. At the 40.
Hey, I'm gone.
They'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 53 yards. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going?
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Let's go now.
Throwing now is Locke. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. Locke working out of the gun. This is down the field for Bellinger. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Jaguars will take over here just shy of the 30. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Being chased out left. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Motion man left is Kirk. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. But to throw again is Lawrence. Dancing to his left. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in.
This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
A final shot before half for Locke. He's going to go up top again. They got his man complete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Locke. And this one too low. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Here's Locke. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They fake the handoff, now Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
The gain of 9 brings up 2nd and a yard at the 10-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Locke. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors, 75 yards. And the Giants have got it back to within a score.
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
Locke going to try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Give to Biggs. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity. That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Locke.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Johnson.
There he goes, left side.
Still on his feet.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person who just ended up in the end zone with the football, he was...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Locke trying again after the pick 6. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
3rd quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
They look to throw. It's Locke.
He's got Bellinger. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line.
A big play there for the Giants. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Let's go.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse the...
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
And while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the give, it's Tracy.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. From the gun on third down, Locke. Flush to his right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Jags force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. A fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes it for in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Lawrence will throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Lawrence. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Flushed out right.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. They'll hand it to Tracy.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants have taken a fourth quarter lead.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Here's Lawrence.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. That is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Back to throw. Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing that it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Huge play there. Now, do you use that timeout or try to hustle it up?
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Locked to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So the Jaguars going to get possession of the football first here in this overtime session as the kick is away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Bigsby. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. And Bigsby once more. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Here's a give to Bigsby. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. First throw of overtime for Trevor Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Now Lawrence steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Well, that certainly changes things here because they're in field goal range already, but a field goal, that's not what they're looking for now, not after that big play right here in overtime.
Bigsby will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Extra point attempt to follow here. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Jaguars 40, Giants 33.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. First throw of overtime for Locke. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead.